Hello friends, I'm Louie Louie and today I'll talk about Bridge Over Troubled Water, Simon Garfunkel's masterpiece in my opinion. Well, Simon Garfunkel in my opinion are the best duo in pop music. The connection between Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel comes from birth. Both singers came to the world in a 10-day interval and between a distance of 15 miles from Newark of Simon to Forest Hills of Garfunkel, New York City, of course. But the relationship between Simon and Garfunkel goes beyond numbers. They met each other at school and both liked the same type of music, in particular the Everly Brothers, who were also a duo, in fact. Paul Simon liked to write songs and Garfunkel, with his angelic voice, liked to sing songs. Both were also huge fans of Tom and Jerry's cartoons. So the duo was formed and already had a name, Tom and Jerry, of course. In 1957, the duo recorded their first song, Hey Schoolgirl, in the style of their idols, the Everly Brothers. Both were 16 years old and the single reached Billboard's top 50. However, the duo splits up soon after. 6 years passed and the two old friends match each other again, now under the folk music impact. The first album released by the duo, Wednesday Morning 3 a.m., was released in 1964. On this album you can hear the first Simon Garfunkel classic, The Sound of Silence, in its original acoustic version, but nothing happened in the charts. Time passed and The Sound of Silence was re-recorded, but this time with electric instruments, which prompted this new version to reach the top of the Billboard charts. Next, Simon Garfunkel recorded great albums like Parsley, Sage, Rosemary and Thyme from 1966, Bookends 1968. They also recorded songs for The Graduate soundtrack, the excellent movie starring Dustin Hoffman. The songs until then were very good, but the relationship between the two artists, the two friends, was starting to disintegrate. The fans had a feeling that the two should break up anytime. Garfunkel looked tired of having to sing Paul Simon songs and started an acting career. The end of the duo looked to be a question of time, but before the end, Simon Garfunkel recorded this great album in November 1969. I'm talking about the best-selling Bridge Over Troubled Water, which spent 10 weeks at the top of the Billboard charts. For me, the two album highlights are the great single The Boxer and the title track. Brilliant is sung by Garfunkel. By the way, this song was used in George McGovern's campaign in 1972, but he lost for Richard Nixon. Another great song is Cecilia, one more nice attempt at exploring world music by Paul Simon. But I think this huge success was the straw that broke the camel's back, because soon after the duo broke up, Simon Garfunkel have never again recorded a studio album, just the single My Little Town, I think in 1975. But together they have recorded two excellent live albums: The Concert in Central Park 1981, witnessed by 500,000 people, and Old Friends Live on Stage, released in 2004, which documented the very profitable 2003 reunion tour. So Simon Garfunkel, the duo that, despite a relatively brief body of work, with not so many albums released to their name, is still one of the main voices to have come from America. And I love them. And what about you? Do you like Simon Garfunkel? Do you think Bridge Over Troubled Water is their best album? What's your favorite Simon Garfunkel song? Please leave your comment. See you soon. Bye bye.